What do NBA player Corey Joseph, former NHL goaltender Glenn Healy, and global superstar Shawn Mendes all have in common? Yeah, they were raised in Pickering, Ontario. In today's video, I'm going to show you the 5 most family-friendly neighborhoods in Pickering, Ontario. We'll talk about what it's like to live there, the pros and cons of each neighborhood, so let's get to it. So what makes a good family-friendly neighborhood? What I did is I looked at the 9 different neighborhoods in Pickering and I ranked them according to the 4 following criteria. Now, most importantly would be the school ranking. In order to do that, we looked at the Fraser Institute scores. Next was the proximity to the amenities that you need for your day-to-day life. In order to measure that, we took the average walk score and the average transit score from 5 different points in every community and averaged them out to come up with a final score. Now, number 3 on our list was traffic density. Now, of course, living in a busy community with lots of traffic is not advantageous, so any community that had high traffic tend to rank lower on our list. And 4th, and probably could be argued could be higher on this list, was the proximity to parks and green space. All right, now that we got that out of the way, let's go look at the number 5 most family-friendly neighborhood in Pickering. Number 5 on our list is Rosebank, and Rosebank is tucked quietly in the southwest corner of Pickering. It's made up mostly of detached homes. It's very popular with families because it's very little traffic as there's no commercial establishments. Now, if you're someone who loves the outdoors, then this is a great community for you. There are tons of walking trails. There's the waterfront trail to the south. There's Petticoat Creek with all kinds of picnic, walking trails, and a 17,000 square foot pool as well. So there's lots to see and do for kids and families alike. The only drawback of living in this community is it's very car dependent. So whether it's you have to go run errands or drop the kids off at practice, it all requires a significant drive out of the community in order to do all those things. Let's take a quick drive around Rosebank. First thing you'll notice about Rosebank is there's people walking everywhere. It's a very active community, and a lot of the streets don't even have sidewalks, which makes it feel like like you're out in the country. The best school in the neighborhood is the only school, and that would be Rosebank Public School, and it ranks an 8 out of 10 on the Fraser Institute rankings. Walk score is 23% and transit score is 25, which makes it very, very car dependent. Now that does it for Rosebank. Now let's move across Frenchman's Bay and look at number 4 on our list. Number 4 on our list is Bay Ridges. Now Bay Ridges is in the southeast corner of Pickering and is a beautiful little community if you don't have to look at this bad boy every day. Now that's the Pickering nuclear power plant. It is a complete eyesore, but in terms of how it affects your day-to-day life, it doesn't really affect it at all. There's no noise coming from it, nothing like that, but it isn't fun to look at. In terms of the neighborhood itself, it's very kid-friendly, very accessible in terms of price and property types for today's young family, with property types ranging from 500 square foot condos all the way up to 5,000 square foot mansions on the water. Now there's lots to see and do here in the neighborhood as well. There is Frenchman's Bay, there is Kinsman Park where you got tons of baseball fields, soccer fields, play places for the kids, and lots of outdoor stuff to do. In terms of your day-to-day life, it's very convenient being that it's adjacent to the GO station, Pickering Town Center, and right along Bailey, which is a commercial hotspot for all the stores that you'll need for your day-to-day life. There is no community in Pickering that is more convenient to all the things you're going to need for your day-to-day life than Bay Ridges. Now let's go take a look at the houses of Bay Ridges. The Bay Ridges is very popular with first-time homebuyers and for people moving to Pickering from out of town. Because there are so many different house types, there are plenty of different options to suit all budgets and all price points. Outside of Liverpool and Sandy Beach Road, there's very little traffic in this community. Now, the 2 public schools in the community are Bayview Heights and Sir John A. Macdonald, and scored an average of 5.5 out of 10 on the Fraser Institute rankings. All in all, if you want a safe, affordable, and convenient place to raise your family, then Bay Ridges may be the neighborhood for you. Now that's it for Bay Ridges. Now let's head all the way back out west and look at the number 3 family-friendly neighborhood in Pickering, Ontario. Okay, number 3 on the list is the community of Rougemount. Now, Rougemount is the most westerly community in the city of Pickering and borders on the city of Toronto. Now, along the western portion of the community is the Rouge Valley National Park. And if you haven't had a chance to go there, check it out. It's really a hidden gem that not enough people know about. There's tons and tons of trails. I've got 1,000 soakers in the creek there. We take the kids there in the winter time. It's great tobogganing and all kinds of fun things to do. In terms of the community itself, it's mostly detached houses with a smattering of townhouse developments in the southwest corner. So for the most part though, you're looking at single family detached, 2-car garage, 2,000 to 6,000 square feet. Now let's take a cruise through Rougemount. Rougemount is a low traffic neighborhood that's very safe for kids. And for that reason, it is one of the most affluent communities in the city of Pickering. Outside of a few townhouse developments at the south end of the community, Rougemount is exclusively single-family detached houses, and for the most part they're big ones too, with most being over 2,000 and 3,000 square feet. If you want to have a nice drive through some of these side streets, you'll see some of the biggest and most beautiful homes in the city of Pickering. Rougemount is home to 2 public schools in the community, with one of them being Elizabeth B. Finn Public School. Now this school is a number 1 rated school in all of Pickering and the number 3 rated school in all of Durham region. Without question, this is one of the most premier neighborhoods in all of Pickering. Now let's go ahead to the middle of Pickering and see number 2 on our list. Number 2 on our list is the community of Dunbarton. Now I think Dunbarton kind of gamed the system here. It's a very small, narrow community with only 1 school and no commercial. But that 1 school is a number 1 rated school in all of Pickering. That's Gandy. It's got a longer name, Gandit Guion or something like that, which I can't pronounce. But that's the school that's in this community. Now it is pretty convenient that it's situated between Amberley and Liverpool. So it's got all the best of both worlds. You're pretty close to shopping, but you do have to leave the community in order to get there. So it is fairly car dependent, but it's mostly single family detached homes, both 1 and 2-car garage with lots of infill custom homes going in as well. Let's go take a cruise around Dunbarton. Dunbarton is quiet, and I mean quiet. It is the lowest traffic density community in the whole city of Pickering, and it has a great school. For this reason, this community is becoming more and more affluent every year. There are plenty of infill projects going in along Spruce Hill Road, which for my money is the nicest street in the community. That being said, there are some semi-detached and some townhouse options in this community, so that does keep it affordable for someone who wants to live in one of the best communities in Pickering without having a huge budget. Now the wait is over. Now off to the number 1 community on the list of the 5 best family-friendly neighborhoods in Pickering, Ontario. Number 1 on the list is the community of Liverpool. Now Liverpool is a wonderful community right in the center of Pickering, just north of the 401 and north of Kingston Road. So it's very close to all the amenities, but it doesn't have all the traffic that you'll find on Kingston Road and on the 401. Now the schools in the community do very well on the Fraser Institute rankings, with William Dunbar leading the way, being the number 3 school in all of Pickering. If you're looking for convenience, 70% of the people who live here are able to walk to a grocery store or walk to a drugstore. And if you like getting outside with the kids or with the family, there's tons of green space like what you see behind me here. Well, I mean, it's brown space right now because it's fall. But there's tons of these little places all throughout the community. There's tons of parks, baseball diamonds, lots of things for kids and adults to kind of do together. So you want a community that kind of really ticks off all the boxes. This is a community worth looking at. And even better, most of the streets are quiet side streets with only a few main arteries going through the community. So it's very safe, lots of road hockey happening, lots of kids meeting at the park, lots of outdoor things to do like what you see behind me here. So let's take a drive through the community of Liverpool. Truth be told, the top 3 in this list were only separated by a couple points. So whichever neighborhood of those 3, or even the top 5 for that matter, you choose to live in, you're going to be in a great neighborhood. The reason why Liverpool made it to the top of this list is because it didn't do poorly in any one of the criteria we measured. It is just close enough to Kingston Road and the Pickering Town Centre to make it a convenient place to live, but not so close that it's affected by all the traffic that's coming in and out of those areas. Even better, it's one of the few communities in Pickering that has very good schools, but also has plenty of different property types, so it's accessible for a lot of families who are looking to purchase a home on a small budget. So that's it. That's the list. That's the top 5 communities in the city of Pickering for families. If you think my list is out to lunch and I don't know what I'm talking about, you can feel free to leave a comment below. If you liked it, you got anything from it, please like and subscribe. That stuff is very much appreciated. Till next time, take care. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to this channel. To learn more about how I help people move to and from the Greater Toronto Area, visit deangibbons.com. If you'd like to book a call, you can do so by clicking on the first link in the description below.